All right, welcome to round two of the 2025 Jackson Park Showdown. Got Dylan Seppala on the tee here. This is at East Flat Rock Park, and we've got a disc golf dog hanging out in the fairway.
Yeah, I had an hour break for lunch, come back, getting razzed off the tee immediately. No, it's fine. We were joking about the dog and how he's going to pick up one of our discs and throw it over the fence OB. Dylan's got a 15 under, Brent's at a 14, Caleb's at a 13, I'm at an 11. Weston at 6. Talking about it before the round and thinking about it, I really felt like I was probably going to have to go pretty much perfect in order to catch these guys. Brent and Dylan are so solid. Caleb's a local guy, got a great putt. So in my mind, I need to go pretty close to 18 to have a chance. And to get 18, you got to get 1. That's what they always say, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually making an adjustment after watching Brent's shot in the first round. I really liked his under the ceiling play because I feel like it was a better shot. Throw it really well. And then down to parked. So happy with that adjustment there. Easy to just throw the simple hyzer. Take what the course gives you, but also good to take a little bit more aggressive shot and be rewarded for it.
Yeah, round two, it's time to do it. Caleb got razzed a little bit by the disc golf dog there. Didn't seem to affect his shot.
Dylan having some struggles on this hole off the tee, ended up about 30 or 40 feet both rounds, ends up making it. Important putt there to set the tone for the rest of this tournament, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb just outside circle. Just a little bit of a lip out and enough of a roll to be annoying. Not anything that he can't handle, but just like, man, I feel like I kind of made that putt and it's a roll. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, it's like a little slap in the face. You're like, really? I mean, you could have just dropped, but now it's insult to injury.
Yeah, great comeback there.
Yeah, it didn't seem to bother many.
Nope, not at all.
Good putt from Weston, and super easy cleanup for you. This one right here, it's not terribly hard. You just want to make your putting job easy.
Yep, and there's that wide miss I was talking about during the first round. Super easy to just get worried about that inside tree and pull it just a little bit, end up with a difficult putt on a pretty simple hole. So early mistake here from Dylan gives Brent, Caleb, and myself a chance. Brent tries to ring it up, goes inside the tree this time, gives it a chance.
You know, Brent and Dylan play together so much, you got to wonder in a situation like this if Dylan's thinking, oh man, I just gave Brent room. And of course, that can play in you guys' favor too.
Definitely so. These guys play together, they travel together from the same area. So you know they know each other's game super well. And great bid there.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb from 50. A little soft. Great putt from circle's edge there from Brent to that little bit of a headwind you probably saw from the flag.
Yeah.
Weston 2 for 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just getting ready to comment about that wind. I saw the flag, like, now things are getting really interesting.
Definitely.
Especially some of those holes where the basket's out in the wide open. Great start.
Executing so far. Get one back on Dylan there. Hole 3, tight 150-foot gap shot. Good chance for an ace run if you hit the gap. You're kind of filtering towards the basket the whole time. Also got the chance to take it wide. Saw Brent miss a little inside here first round. And then just overcorrects here. There is a creek OB over there, so we'll see if you made it over to that all the way or not. I'm going with the wide forehand with my Berg X again.
It seems like a perfect Berg hole.
Agreed. Try to keep it pretty tight to this inside tree and do a pretty good job of that and get rewarded with the tap in.
Good
Weston,
shot there.
Good nose up bid right there, absolutely. Actually, an adjustment there from Dylan. You remember he went backhand putter first round, went a little long. Guess he liked the speed control of the wide forehand a little bit more than that backhand.
Mm-hmm. Like a get freaky zone.
Yep.
Almost got too freaky. Man.
Great bid from about 65 right there from Brent. Caleb on the pole. Good enough there from Weston. 3 through 3.
Yeah, Weston's putting has definitely stepped up this second round.
Absolutely.
He looked at the scores and he knows what's up, so he's trying to make up lost ground.
Definitely.
All right, hole 4. Back to throwing over the creek here. Either a forehand or something slightly turned over, and make certain you pop it right down beside that basket. A little friendlier gap.
I've got controlled tee here. I want to start throwing some good shots inside the circle, inside the bullseye even, to put some pressure on Dylan and Brent, who are out in front by a few.
It is so easy when you've got two guys that are very close in score that they're worried about each other and completely lose sight of the guys that are only a couple strokes behind them.
I think that's a great point. I think, like you mentioned a couple holes ago, these guys know each other so well, they respect each other's game enough that they're probably not even thinking about anyone. But I think if I can beat Brent, if I can beat Dylan, I've got a pretty good chance to win this tournament. Caleb pulls it a little bit, ends up still right around circle's edge, probably just a little outside.
Yeah, he was not happy with it. You know, he probably played this course a good amount before this event. Oh!
Brent once again finding himself on the gravel. Caleb with a great make after an errant tee shot.
There it is.
Great putt there. Super tough angle. Again, with being a little windy, downhill into a headwind. You don't know if it's going to... You would actually expect it to drop your disc a little bit more than raise it, especially with how Brent putts. So good correction to aim at the right spot and get it in the basket. Star frame for the card, which is what you want to see on this front nine. Hole 5, back to one of the trickier greens on the course. Keep it short. Don't give yourself a chance to have to make a tough putt.
Don't it sit down? Ooh, it listened.
Yeah, Berg X stands for, or means under the basket in Swedish.
Look pretty good.
Yeah, Weston is really talented at throwing those nose-up flex stall shots. Off the tee, it looks like he's juiced it a little bit, and then it just floats down nice and soft right at the basket.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing a couple holes ago when he threw a putter. I was wondering if he was throwing a pure or what putter he was throwing.
Yeah.
Caleb also understood the assignment.
Brent pulls it a little, catches a leaf, ends up a putt you don't want to have. Great execution, though. Yeah, so on this course, one of the holes that I think you wouldn't expect to get aced would be hole 6, this next hole. It's probably the trickiest tee shot on the front 9 as far as getting an ace run goes, just because like the ace route is up that middle gap. We saw Caleb hit cage on it, and then the MP40 guys in front of us, one of them drilled it dead center down that same middle gap. So I really like the correction I made here. First round, I left it a little bit high, gave myself a 25-30 footer. Instead, I told myself to commit at that tree, throw it flat, and let the disc hyzer off it, and did a great job with that. So I'm rewarded with a nice, easy 10-15 footer. Weston leaking a little bit right, but a good shot nonetheless. Yeah, just a tiny bit inside. Didn't quite commit at that tree. Caleb once again going up the middle. Doesn't get punished for the aggressiveness. Hits that first tree, kicks over, hits the left tree, kicks him back in the fairway. Instant bogey if he lands in that creek, with it being OB and then having a tricky lie as far as throwing your next shot. So good thing he ends up in over the creek. Brent executes it perfectly. Absolutely. Yep, now there's a tie at the top again between Dylan and Brent at 19. I'm going to be at 17, 2 strokes back. Caleb at 16. Coming to hole 7. Weston playing a really, really good front 9 here. Threw that perfect. Just a Berg X flat at those trees. Let it swing off just before them. Slide up into the bullseye. That'll work. Weston leaks his a little, but gets a good kick. Yeah, no pressure felt at all there from Brent. Dylan misses a little left, but he'll end up having a pretty short putt. Well, once again, 5 for 5. So that means we're 15 down as a card on that one hole. All pretty close. So just executing still as a card. Pretty happy with that. I think that green disc you're talking about from Brent is his Nova. And I was also surprised he wasn't throwing that. Yeah. I undercommitted again to this shot. After just being worried about that creek, it's so punishing and you just can't afford a bogey. So I just left it a little bit inside. Ended up getting up to about 40, 42 feet for a birdie look.
That's the shot. He's strong.
Brent. On line the whole time from the tee. We knew it was going in. Just 3 inches low. Dylan leaking in a little bit of again. Yeah, I think he just wasn't quite comfortable throwing any of the shots that he would normally try. Ends up deciding to go for the overhand shot and throws it really well. Just gets a little bit unfortunate on one of the leaves and then almost throws it in for 2 anyway. Dylan also trying to make his 2 bid. All right, I'm 7 through 7. I know I've got to play good. I know I've got to make putts. Good putt to stay perfect through 8. Absolutely. Both times on this hole, he's got that flex shot on this hole dialed, I think. Obviously, he's a good player. I'm not taking away anything from him. But I think the importance of being a little local here and knowing the feel of that flex shot is really important, and he's got that feel dialed. Yeah, so 2 under that hole is getting strokes on people. Well executed there from him. Definitely. And again, especially throwing forehand, it's so it's a long way to go, especially because it's uphill and you're only supposed to be throwing one angle. The first round I was trying to be a little more conservative and play for more of a putt, so I went outside those trees. This round felt like I needed to throw the more pure line and go up the middle, and ended up executing it really well. But a really specific, really tricky shot if you choose to elect, or if you elect to go for that more pure gap up the middle. Yeah, I think, again, just because of you're only really able to throw one angle. I agree. I think it plays more like 340 here, getting it to travel that far without going too much to the right and also going up the hill and only being able to really get up to flat. Definitely playing a little bit farther than the T sign would indicate. Weston pretty smooth forehand there with his long Bowman, gets up to 15 feet going the wide gap. Dylan corrects, as you can hear me say there, good height. First round just a little bit low, left him a little bit more than he might have wanted as far as still throwing a good shot, no doubt. But they're throwing the perfect shot, I would argue. Caleb struggling a little bit with this one. Ends up getting par both rounds. Weston, again, what a great front nine from him after struggling a little bit on the opening round. And now we've got the ball game going to the back nine. I'm 9 down through 9 at 20 under. You can see Brent here at 22 leading the pack, and Dylan at 21.